Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from nation's capital, Abuja. I am Sadia Yakubu. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channels 365 and StarTimes channel 276. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called on all Progressives Congress governors to focus on grassroots engagement to meet the expectations of Nigerians. The president made a call at the 14th National Executive Committee NEC meeting of the All Progressives Congress in Abuja. He stressed the need for increased community engagement and greater responsiveness to citizens.
Speaking at the National Executive Committee meeting of the All Progressive Congress, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emphasized that the party's strength lies in expanding its ranks and encouraged the new national chairman to establish a national working committee which members will visit states, ensuring that all new members are seamlessly registered and integrated. The president thanked the former national chairman of the APC, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, for his contribution to the development and ideology's clarity.
Wobbling, confused, is today stabilized, and we are making progress. One of our added critics at the earlier part of this administration reported the stride in the revenue, 43% achievement by now.
The president further urged the governors to work collectively to leave behind a lasting legacy, including a building party secretariat in Abuja. President Tinubu welcomed new entrants into the APC, including Governor Umar Eno of Akwa Ibom State, Governor Sharif Oborivori of Delta State, and other key political figures.
I'm proud to say that the team is working. And for you, you've done so much for our party, encouraging and supporting us. With peace, stability, we will do more. The administration's commitment to renew the hope of Nigerians is clear.
In his acceptance speech, Professor Nantawe Yirewada, the new national chairman of the APC, pledged to work diligently to build the party into a strong and respected political institution.
I do not take this mandate for granted. I want to accept it with gratitude and with my full heart and full mind to work together with you to build the party, knowing that all of us here are the mechanics of the party, and the party is our vehicle, and we'll fix it and move it to our destination of choice.
Professor Yirewada, who will step down from his role as Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, called for support and cooperation of all party members. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
Meanwhile, the immediate past national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has congratulated Professor Nantawe Yirewada on his emergence as the national new chairman of the party. In a statement he signed by Dr. Ganduje, described the emergence of Professor Yirewada as a strategic, noting that it comes at a critical period in the life of the party. The former chairman also used the opportunity to commend the APC National Executive Committee and other organs of the party for ensuring a transparent and consensus-driven process that led to the emergence of Professor Yirewada. Dr. Ganduje also tasked the new national chairman to build on the solid foundations and legacy he laid during his tenure, just as he has built on the efforts and achievement of his own predecessors. The People's Democratic Party has scheduled its national convention for Saturday, November 15th to Sunday, November 16, 2025 in Ibadan, Oyo State. This was part of the resolutions reached at the National Executive Committee meeting held in Abuja. The NEC mandated the acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Damagum, and the national secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, to officially write to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to notify it of the planned convention. Our correspondent, Ubong Suru, reports. The Senate has adjourned the plenary to September 23, 2025, marking the end of the current legislative year, with a directive to all committees to conclude work on pending reports ahead of resumption. Topsy Gimba has the details.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, made the announcement after a closed-door executive session that lasted for over an hour. He charged all standing and ad hoc committees to make effective use of two-month break to finalize their assignments in order to ease legislative consideration and adoption upon resumption. In his earlier remarks, Senator Akpabio also encouraged lawmakers to use the recess period to inspect road construction projects in their constituencies and across the country.
The suspension is just plenary sittings. All ad hoc committees should continue to work. All necessary committees, the Diaspora Committee, Committee on Reparation, Committee on Interior, and others. This is the best time for you to undertake visits to prisons and all that. Do all your reports and make them available as soon as we come back. We'll have a special day to consider all reports. And then all the other committees, reports extended to you, you must also make sure that those reports are ready for Senate scrutiny when plenary commences. You are moving from plenary for the next few weeks, but you are not stopping your legislative functions.
Meanwhile, senators are expected to travel to Jos Plateau State on Friday to attend the burial of the wife of their colleague, Senator Dike Plan, representing Plateau Central.
Tomorrow, we will all converge at Jos to bid the wife of our colleague, the civil senator Dike Plan, Mrs. Plan, farewell as she goes back to her creator. May her soul once again rest in perfect peace.
The long recess is an annual break for countries practicing democracy around the world, which by its annual calendar ends in June of every legislative year. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
The Nigerian Senate has refuted recent social media claims that the Constitution Review Committee proposed creating 12 new states in Nigeria. Senator Abdul Ningi, representing Bauchi Central, dismissed the report as false during plenary during Order 42, clarifying that the committee has neither received any zonal review report nor deliberated on state creation bills. Topsy Gimba has the details.
State is fake, is toxic, and is an irresponsible media outlet. So it is important, Mr. President, to take this matter to Nigerians that the Senate has not, for now, sat on any committee's report from the zonal levels. The main committee is yet to even be received.
The President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, also expressed concern about the spread of such misinformation, highlighting it.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria has not even concluded the processes of getting a final report for deliberation on constitutional amendment, and therefore no single state, proposed or otherwise, has been created. And even if that were to be the case, it will involve all the houses or assemblies in the country, and we must get their 2/3 concurrence before anything can come back to us.
Further clarifications emphasized that the ongoing constitutional review involves public hearings across Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones, gathering suggestions, including requests for new states and local government areas. But no formal decisions or approvals have been made by the Senate or its committee. Topsy Gimba, reporting for Global Television News.
Ibrahim Bello, the Emir of Gusau in Zamfara State, has died at the age of 71 after battling a long-term illness. He passed away on Friday in Abuja. The news of his death was confirmed by Suleiman Idris, a spokesperson to Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal. In an official statement, Governor Lawal mourned the loss, describing the late Emir as a dependable monarch who worked tirelessly for the peace and progress of Zamfara State. The House of Representatives has expressed its determination to ensure timely and accessible justice delivery in the Federal Capital Territory. This comes as lawmakers held a public hearing on two-day bills aimed at strengthening the judiciary and expanding access to justice for residents. We bring you more details after.
It was a solemn moment on the floor of the House of Representatives as lawmakers pay glowing tributes to the late former President Muhammadu Buhari. Leading the session, Deputy Speaker Honorable Benjamin Kalu described Buhari as a man of rare integrity, humility, and unwavering commitment to national service. Deputy Speaker Honorable Kalu also highlighted key legislative achievements under Buhari's administration, including the Not Too Young to Run Act 2018, the Petroleum Industry Act and Climate Change Act 2021, the Electoral and Anti-Money Laundering Act 2022, as well as the 2023 Constitutional Amendment on prisons, railways, and electricity.
President Buhari's tenure as president from 2015 to 2023 was a period of unprecedented legislative productivity, a demonstration of his willingness to collaborate with the 8th and 9th assemblies. Under his watch, 129 bills were signed into law, an impressive legislative record. These were transformative laws that address long-standing challenges and reshape Nigeria's legal framework.
Lawmakers from across party lines extol his contributions to Nigeria's democratic development, particularly his commitment to anti-corruption, national unity, and institutional reforms.
In his own words, I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Governor Hope Uzodinma has observed that lasting peace and security in Imo State's border communities are key to driving the state's socio-economic development. The governor stated this while inaugurating the new Imo State Boundary Committee, which is expected to strengthen boundary management and promote a peaceful coexistence among communities. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports.
Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma emphasized that effective boundary administration is crucial for resolving disputes and preventing conflicts. He called on the committee to carry out its duties with dedication and transparency.
And charge this committee to be diligent and do whatever it will take to return peace in the disagreeing communities in Imo State and in handling all boundary issues in Imo State, so that Imo State will have peace, bring prosperity, and the enabling environment that will guarantee the realization of our aspirations as a government.
In her response, the chairman of the committee, who is also the deputy governor, Chinyere Komaru, pledged to work with the stakeholders to peacefully resolve boundary issues and strengthen unity across the state.
We work hard to perform the duties for which we are being inaugurated today, ultimately adding value to your administration and bringing happiness to the great people of Imo State, which is your heart's desire.
The committee is expected to help maintain peace, build stronger community relations, and promote good governance throughout the state. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching live broadcast of Midday News. When Media News returns, banks, insurance, or other contributors 1.77 trillion naira to economy in the first quarter of the year. Details coming shortly, plus business foreign stories on the other side of this break. Welcome back. In business, banks, insurance, and other companies in the financial institutions sector contributed 1.77 trillion naira to the economy in the first quarter of the year, representing 15% year-on-year increase from 1.545 trillion naira in corresponding period of last year. The National Bureau of Statistics disclosed this in its Nigerian Gross Domestic Product (GDP) first quarter of 25. The federal government has announced plans to launch a new funding initiative, the STEM Up grant, in August 2025, which will provide up to 50 million in startup capital to each selected undergraduate innovator in science and technology disciplines. The disclosure was made by Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa, the Honorable Minister of Education, via a statement released on his ex-official accounts. The initiative is scheduled to be formally unveiled on Wednesday, August 28, 2025, and will target full-time undergraduate students in Nigerian tertiary institutions studying science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medical sciences, STEM specifically those in a 300 level and above. And on the foreign scene, U.S. protest group Code Pink in targeting key politicians they say are involved in Israel's starvation campaign in Gaza. The group has previously targeted former President Joe Biden and Senator Lindsey Graham over the support for Israel war. A United Nations agency says it has 6,000 trucks worth of aid waiting to enter Gaza, as it warns the hunger crisis in Gaza has never been so dire. A doctor in Gaza says Palestinians are not close to famine, while an aid worker says hunger is everywhere. Israel says 150 food trucks were collected by the United Nations and other agencies inside Gaza, adding that another 800 are waiting collection. At least 12 people have died in military crash between Thailand and Cambodia over a dispute border zone that dates back more than a century. Thailand accuses Cambodia of rocket attacks, while Cambodia claims Thai force violated pyro agreements near a historic temple, escalating the violence. Thailand has shut its border, Cambodia has downgraded diplomatic ties, and both sides have evacuated thousands from affected area amid rising tensions. And in sports, power, pride, and perseverance are on fully display in Abuja as the 14th African Arm Wrestling Championship and the 7th Para Arm Wrestling Championship have brought together 400 athletes from 20 African countries, turning Nigeria's capital into the battleground for Africans, Fides Group on Glory, President of the African Arm Wrestling Federation. Charles Osai says the event marks a new milestone for the sports development in Africa. We keep you abreast of further development. Fulham has imposed a ban on behind-the-scenes dressing room content on social media platforms, with Nigerian midfielder Alex Iwobi confirming the new restriction affects his popular Snapchat post. The Super Eagles star revealed the development on Wednesday in a video uploaded on his official Snapchat account, explaining that the club's media team had intervened to stop his regular behind-the-scenes content from the changing room. The 28-year-old midfielder, who has built a significant following through his candid social media presence, disclosed that the club had threatened financial penalties for any breach of the new policy. The 2025 WTT Contender Lagos Tournament is in full swing in the Teslim Balogun Stadium with top international and local stars competing for ranking posts in the championship prize, with Nigerians is Kadir Aruna, absent player like Olajide Omotayo, Taiwo Mati, Matthew Kuti, and Italy-based John Oyebode are seizing the spotlight to make an impact on home soil. In the women's single defending championship, Suraj Akula faces stiff competition from Japan's Hina Haya, Egypt's Hana Goda, and France Paveda as the 5-day shutdown heats up in Lagos. That's it on Media News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channels 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Sadia Yakubu Yahaya saying thank you for watching.